All right, my friends, we are live for episode 13. Episode 13, we are live for our glorious Civil War Generals playthrough, playing as the Union. We have been rocking this game, absolutely smashing it. And we were just about to start the Battle of Fredericksburg. We had just finished the Battle of Antietam. I'm going to go in here, and we just finished the Battle of Antietam here. That was the end there. So we're going to do our weapon upgrades and then move on to the Battle of Fredericksburg. I hope everybody is having a beautiful day today. So we had a major victory in Antietam. So on to Fredericksburg. Alright, let's upgrade what equipment we can. We've got plenty of weapon cost capture here. Try to get all of our artillery up to the highest range possible. We still have another 10 range Parrot available here. Okay, everybody in this group has Parrot or higher. I probably should upgrade some of these cavalry guys. Got all our weapons upgraded. We've got nothing but Parrot rifle artillery pieces. Our sharpshooters here have the best possible weapon. Let's go through our infantry. Yeah, we need to get off that reboard farm. I don't want anybody to have that weapon. We should be well past having that weapon, but we did have some new units in this battle, so get everybody at least up to the 1855 rifle musket here. That'll be my baseline. I don't want you to have... Oh, that was Reynolds' brigade. That's why he has... And that was Meade's brigade. That's why they have those Colts. Yeah, we've got plenty of supply here. Hancock... Excuse me, let's give him the... Let's give him a Spencer rifle here. At least we're getting this new group here in Antietam up to snuff, technologically speaking. A lot of them had the reboard farm muskets. It's Doubleday's brigade. Okay, perfect. So Everybody's pretty much got the 1855 or higher that was engaged at Antietam. So nice weapon upgrade we went through. On to Fredericksburg. And we got a little bit early start on our midday stream today. Our schedule freed up this morning. Not the way I wanted it to, but it did. So let's get into it. Battle of Fredericksburg, alternate 5. The Union should attempt to crush the rebels by conducting a feint against the walls and taking the real fight into the woods. Rebels should let the Union come to them, using the heights to their advantage. The effective use of artillery should cause the Federals to rout before they even reach the defensive lines. After fighting to a draw at Antietam, despite the North's celebration of a major victory, Lincoln decided that McClellan had squandered his advantage for the last time and placed Ambrose Burnside in command of the Army of the Potomac. Burnside planned to drive straight for Richmond, taking Fredericksburg on the way. His strategic blunders and the terrible casualties that ensued led Lee to remark, "It is well that war is so terrible. We should grow too fond of it." Now Lincoln's very presidency was endangered. So this battle, the Union is actually meant to lose this battle. But we were meant to be at a draw at Antietam, and we ended up with a major victory. So we might turn the tables here. So there's 26 turns, and wow, this is a large battle here. This is going to be intense. All right, what is going on here? First, let's check if we get any reinforcements. Okay, we can. Excuse me, we do not. This is a large battle, so the Confederacy is dug in west of this railroad track here. And they have a nice position up here, up on this stone wall here. And their guns are ready to fire. But so is quite a few of ours. He's kind of weak in the center here. He's kind of weak right here in these wheat fields. And then he has a large army, very large. His strength is in the woods here. He has got a lot going on here. And his cannons are all lined up ready to do damage. Alright. I'm trying to formalize a little strategy here. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we can just hold where our artillery pieces lie in the south here. And we'll put a line of infantry just in front of our artillery. And it'll keep him busy. We'll let him come to us. And it will keep his army in the south a little bit bogged down. Remaining troops over here will start a bit of a flanking maneuver. We'll kind of pile them up right here. And when we get them kind of worn out a little bit, we'll try to run them through here and cut them off. I think in the south we're just going to need to do a holding action because he's more strong in the south. And in the north, I think it would pay for us to be very aggressive because we are right up on his wall. And if we are extra aggressive in the north, it could pay off. So I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. Cavalry units. We're going to bring the cavalry units up. Any cavalry unit we're going to bring north because they're going to be used for encirclement maneuvers. Cavalry and sharpshooters, because down here is going to be a bit static in the south here. We do have an engineer unit or engineer brigade. Okay, so we have one engineer brigade. So I'm zoomed out here for a minute. That's the plan. We're going to form up right here. Basically up along to that road. Right here in front of the artillery is going to be our formation. And we won't have to move any of this artillery. Matter of fact, this gentleman here, he can actually deploy right there. And this artillery here, we're going to pull it back to this tile, and this will be our bit of a line in the sand here. I don't like having that river right there, but I'd prefer to keep these artillery on the road. So we're going to undeploy him. And the majority of this infantry is just going to get into battle formation as quickly as possible. All of these units here in our center, we need to commit one way or the other. And I think what we have on the screen here, our Southern Army is going to be taking on him, holding him, and work on flanking this direction. This group here, I think we're going to turn them north to quickly encircle the enemy in the north because he really doesn't have much going on for him up here. I feel like we could take him pretty quickly up there. We do have this engineer corps. I'm not sure how to use those gentlemen. I haven't used them in a while. So we're going to start getting deployed into formation here. And yes, his artillery is going to be aggressive. But so is ours. So this is kind of the game plan here. Let's pull you down here, be a reserve force. We'll have a bit of a gap here, but it's okay. And see, these gentlemen here, we're really going to have them just kind of sitting back in reserve Especially these three. These three, we're going to keep them in,
At ease, man.
we're going to keep them in marching formation. Because if we can hold this crescent here against the majority of his forces in the woods, this little group here, we're going to run along that road. But he might kind of break some of our positions. Tell you what, we'll get them in deployment formation. And everybody in the center of the map here, we're going to turn them north to quickly rout his forces along that wall, which he doesn't have as much as you would think. You know what we could do? We could actually and I'm zoomed out here. We're going to bring these two artillery back over here along the road. Bring you down for a holding action. Same with you. So that'll be a bit of our battle line here. We'll be lined up here. And these two artillery will bring back to the Fernie Hugh farm there by Deep Run. So we're getting our battle line formed up. Up here, we are just going to be very aggressive to try and eliminate this force as quickly as possible. So let's give him some sniper fire. Let's try to take that tile quickly. So we'll fire on that position. We'll try to knock that tile out. While these gentlemen up here, while these gentlemen up here will also come down. I think if we take this main area here by the Taylor House and Mays Heights, Mars Heights, and National Cemetery, if we take this quickly, it will be beneficial to us. So let's go ahead and get along. And this cavalry here, okay, this should be pretty easy to cover here. Let's pull the cavalry back to the town for a moment. And we might could bait him. Right now my plan is to be very aggressive right here by National Cemetery and Mars Heights. If we get this position here, let these units in the north for the Confederacy come down. We'll encircle them quickly, because by that time the rest of our cavalry and sharpshooters will be brought up to the north. And these guns will be deployed soon to start covering his units around this, what is it called? Howison House. So right now on this first turn, we've got a game plan set. We've got to take Mars Heights quickly and the National Cemetery. Our artillery in the south can immediately open up a barrage and try to take his cannons out of commission. If we could get his cannons offline, he will be devastated. So majority of our cannons can fire on these two right now. So let's go ahead and try and get this 14 range Whitworth out of commission. This strong artillery piece here. His southernmost artillery piece, his two in the far south. Yeah, his two artillery brigades in the far south and his northernmost piece here on the hill are his strongest artillery. So we're going to work on those immediately. We have comparable artillery, but it's not as good as his. So if we can get this artillery duel won quickly. Okay, they can't get a shot on that gun, so start working on that southernmost cannon there, which is a Tredegar. So he is pulling back slightly. He doesn't want his artillery to get too damaged. But while he's pulling back, we can punish him. Alright, you exchange with this horse artillery here. We'll have our two let me zoom in. We'll have our two horse artilleries engage each other. So we just open up a barrage to start the battle. And we've got our formation here. So next turn we're going to be digging all of these gentlemen in. This gentleman here, I'm going to bring him down here in reserve in case this cavalry breaks the southern position. This is going to be key up here. Alright, enter. Yeah. I've got high hopes that we are going to defy history here. We are going to defy the history books. And we are going to turn Fredericksburg, a bad defeat for the Union, we are going to turn it into a glorious victory. So we'll zoom out for a minute, continue to get our cavalry up to the top of the battle, to the northern part of the battlefield where we will be doing most of our encirclements, including the sharpshooters. Well, where's the sharpshooters? Right there. So I'm going to get our... Okay, cavalry's getting up in position. Yeah, he's making a mistake here. He needs to bring everything to bear on this Mars Heights, because we're being really aggressive here, and I've got a good suspicion we're going to take it fairly quickly. So open up with cannon fire, sniper fire from this side. Richardson is starting off the battle. I.B. Richardson, a mainstay for the Union Army, has just taken National Cemetery early on. And these infantry brigades here, we can pull them up quickly to encircle him. And we probably could completely eliminate him. That is our first elimination. So we are off to a very good start knocking him off Mars Heights, Maze Heights, as quickly as possible. Let's pull our sharpshooters over here. Let's get these gentlemen into position. Humphreys is going to be taking the brunt of damage here in the north. All of you cavalry, just rest. Pleasanton's cavalry division in the north. Okay, no more artillery. So we've got a lot of unique generals up here. We're just going to hold this line for the moment. Get out of the river there. Yeah, we're going to cut him off fairly quickly here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take our cavalry coming up from the south, all of our cavalry brigades. We will take them and run them straight across this orange CH turnpike. So our cavalry coming up from the south will run them along this turnpike and will quickly encircle this Confederate force in the north here. These gentlemen here, go ahead and reform right there. This artillery needs to come back here. You can actually form up. Okay. Haha, we are getting in play here. There's going to be a lot of resting going on here. Going to be a lot of starting to dig in here. Pretty much everybody on the front can start to dig in, essentially. And we'll get them nice and supplied. The engineers, I don't see them being able to do anything. Okay, so we'll dig in all the gentlemen on our front line here. And then we'll continue with our artillery duel that is currently going on. This is only the second turn, so we got to get all of our troops to 100% condition. Okay, we're running into a bit of a supply issue. We've got a lot of supply, but the problem is we haven't really captured any of his units yet, so... Ooh, that was a mistake. Don't make my mistake. Don't oversupply some of the units that are very expensive. And even if we don't oversupply, it's okay, because at least they still get the rest benefit from digging in. Okay, so now our artillery so we spent all of our supply. That's not a big deal, because we'll get it back. So let me zoom out here. Nobody can get a shot on that artillery piece. So just work our way from the bottom up here. Jubal A. Early is back at it again. Yeah, we outranged that gun. That gun to that gun. Range 12, range 10. That's a good attack right there. We outrange him. And I continue targeting this artillery piece in the south because he's in transport mode. You keep exchanging fire with his. We'll see who's going to win the duel between the two horse artillery brigades. And we're already getting choked up. This ain't good for a live stream. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So that is our plan. Majority of our strength is in the south. Most of our artillery, most of our infantry. We have maybe about 10 infantry brigades in the north, along with the sharpshooters and the cavalry, and 2 artillery pieces. They will work on encircling units as they move southwards. So far, knock on wood, so far we're doing all right. And this might not be a complete rout for the Union. Turn. Yeah, we got a really early start today. I mean, it was right at 10 Central we started. Because we were off of the JOB this morning, so we just ran a couple of errands and came right into it. Okay, now he's got a couple of infantry brigades, and he's starting to move out. He sees that we're weak over here, but he doesn't realize that we can see him, and that actually our artillery has free range on him. Fire! We do need to bring some infantry. We need to pull Humphrey's small division here back to cover our headquarter units. Our headquarter units are just teasing him, essentially. So just rest these gentlemen. The remainder of our cavalry coming up, we're going to use them to help cut off this turnpike here. Okay, so that's all the cavalry movements. And right here, we need to take Mays Heights. I need to do some attacks here. Attack them from this direction, and then Howard is going to charge. Oh, we need to spend morale. Dang it.
No, sir.
Alright, regular attack. Too early in the battle to spend morale. You can charge, though. Perfect. Yeah, now we're just... It's working pretty good now. Attack that artillery there. Richardson and Howard are leading the charge here at the National Cemetery. These gentlemen here will be more folding these infantry back. So we're just going to push along this turnpike and cut off here. And you can actually oh yeah, we're getting his guns out of commission quick. Get in there, Warren. Oh, we just had 2 rear attacks. That is so punishing. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is paying off being aggressive right here at the beginning. Paying off tremendously. So let's zoom out. Over here north of Fredericksburg, it's just going to be a little bit of maneuvering. But once we get this under control here, we can easily envelop the rest of the enemies. And this artillery here, these two artillery brigades are just going to be covering around the Howison house, making sure they don't come up here and mess us up. So target him. Okay, the majority of our line will be resting here. That infantry actually, pull him here. That way he's not on the same tile as. Yeah, probably need to start saving the rest of our supply. Well, I said that, and then immediately spent it. Starting now, we're probably going to need to start saving the rest of our supply for our artillery. So I'm digging in and resting. Manually resting every infantry brigade. Really getting them up to snuff. Because when we get on the move, we get on the move. Perfect. Okay. This is looking good. This is looking good. We've taken National Cemetery and Mays Heights. And now we just use any force. What is this route? Hazel Run. Any units north of Hazel Run will be used to encircle the Confederacy in the north. Everyone south of Hazel Run is going to hold until we're ready for the big push. We prefer for him to come out of the woods. Now, if that's going to happen, I don't know. If we get an encirclement complete, we'll just kill him in the woods, but we prefer that. Well, he's moving his horse artillery. We get free shot on him. Okay, we can kind of outrange some of his artillery here. We need to pay attention to that because that is the point of having the type of artillery pieces that we do. Oh, you have a terrible range of 5 howitzer. Dang it. Oh, he barely had enough range to get us. He is bringing that Whitworth up to bear, so we knocked him off the hill. We knocked him off that hill, and now he's bringing it forward a little bit. So he exposed his Whitworth cannon again. And right now we're doing very well on the artillery duel. We are maintaining perfect composure with our artillery, and he's just getting scattered. You know, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 guns that can still bear on us. 2 of them are out of range, and 2 of them are pretty much out of action. Just getting a little scan of the battlefield here. Yeah, we need to We need to cut the turnpike off. We need to get this cavalry here and just cut them off right there. And then just roll them up, whatever he has remaining. And then everybody else just turn. When we get these Confederates up here eliminated, and all of these units north of Hazel Run Creek, we turn them all south here. And then we just push down to the bottom left corner. Just push them down. Preferably just push them straight down, because it's open ground and we can finish them off in the woods. This is just holding action. This right here, our main artillery division. This is really a holding action. All of these gentlemen are poised. This kind of zigzag formation here is just like a hammer. It's just a hammer standing up, just ready to slam down on the Confederacy. That is the game plan. Turn. In the turn. Let's go. Man, I appreciate the subscription last night. We got up to 74 last night. We are rolling, my friends. I was really shooting to have a goal to be by 100 by the 24th. It's not looking like that's going to happen, but that is okay. We are moving up, my friends. We are moving up. Yeah, he's really pushing his infantry up here he senses our weakness, but we've got infantry of our own. Humphreys is pulling back to the town. Our artillery pieces cannot fire, so we actually might need to bring our sharpshooter up here to bear. Alright, let's give him an attack. Start softening him up. Humphreys has oh my goodness, Humphreys has a terrible rifle. Well, at least Sykes has a good rifle. Alright, tell you what, pull you around. We need to get this gap closed here. We need to get this maneuver done with. Yes, we can take that position. We know we can take that position. Let's see here. I'm trying to see of how we can possibly encircle the enemy here, but I don't see it happening. Unless yeah, they can't get close enough. But that's okay. So all of you will just move up here. You hold the cemetery. So we will have these gentlemen here encircled next turn. For the moment, just dig them in. So we made a bit of a mistake with the supply in this battle. Yeah, help cover these boys up here. He's starting to bring his artillery or his infantry brigades up. Alright, you leave those artillery alone. Because these artillery, we can actually easily defeat them with our infantry. Yeah, pull this cavalry up here. And our cavalry brigades up here are actually fresh. They're oversupplied. Pleasanton's division is fresh. And he's losing cohesion marching up here. His organization and morale are going down by trudging across the country field. So we can easily dispatch of them enemies. Alright, you fire anywhere you can. This is good because actually these artillery brigades here will actually be able to start softening up his position here for our hammer to swing down. He has a James artillery cannon with a range of 8. We can outrange him. We can outrange that gun beautifully. Oh yeah, he's in trouble there. Okay, you come along here. Yeah, our infantry on the front here are in good standing order. They are dug in, rested. They're eating their second breakfast right now. The Confederates are hungry. They don't like this solid blue line here, just sitting still. Hancock's a little bit exposed out here, but he does have a Spencer rifle. But he will probably take the brunt of the artillery and sharpshooter fire from the Confederates. Okay, these gentlemen here, move them up there. Put them in that formation when they're shoveling, and then I think you could build a picket fence the next turn. So just for the fun of it, we will have them start building some picket fence over here, because we will be abandoning this position. With the majority of our forces, we'll just leave a few here to cover. Alright, now we can open up with our artillery here. Yeah, we've about got him completely on the run here. He's still got a couple of artillery brigades, but we're running around him trying to encircle him before we attack. Sturgis here is going to hold National Cemetery. Or we could move this artillery up there. Ooh. You have good range here. This artillery brigade is of no use to us during our push south. So we might move this this might be the only artillery piece we move. We might move him over here to National Cemetery. But we'll see. We're probably going to still need him to help cover these small Confederate force of 4 infantry brigades and 2 artillery brigades that are trying to take the town of Fredericksburg. Essentially, we've abandoned the town. We've abandoned the town to just a piecemeal force and pushed all of our units out. So all of our artillery is ready to fire in the south. Let's do a barrage using our range capabilities as best as we can here. Outranging him where we can. And we might start fire here in a little bit. Oh, you can actually target him. Nice. Yeah, we've really got that Whitworth is in retreat now. Let's go ahead and get this horse artillery in retreat too. I don't like how they can move around the battlefield quickly, and they really can move around the battlefield pretty quick. Ooh, our horse artillery just took a beating right there. Get him in retreat. There you go. We're getting pretty good supply from destroying the enemy artillery pieces. So not gonna lie. We've just got to be careful when we're resting our units that we don't spend it. We don't want to spend it. Okay, zoom in here. Ooh, A.A. Humphreys is going to be taking a beating trying to hold the town of Fredericksburg. He's got cavalry in support. Pleasanton's division is in support. But, our artillery is just out of position here. Turn. And turn, and turn, and turn. Oh, he's waking up a little bit in the south there. He's starting to come out the woods. The Confederacy is trying to come out of the woods now. Our plan is working. The only thing I see on the mini-map that's not looking good is not only did he charge out the woods this turn, all of his units, he's starting to run them up along this railroad here. I don't want that. I wanted the majority of his forces down here. So it's going to make our push, our hammer here falling down, it's going to make it a bit difficult. I feel like he senses this gap in our line here, and that might be what he's going for. He might just be bypassing our solid wall and just trying to move all of our units straight to Fredericksburg along this railroad track. We are not going to let that happen. Alright. Sure. Spend 500 to charge him. We're going to need to do some charges here to hurry up and finish up the north. We've got to get these guys out of position. Get him out of there. Alright, we've eliminated those 2 units. Alright, just attack, 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 attack. In the north here. Alright, all these infantry here are going to need to hold. Oh, Richardson's taking a beating right now. Okay, cut off his retreat. We have cut off his retreat with our headquarter units there. And everybody else get above this river here. Get out of that river tile. That river tile is bad. That's bad news. We're going to need to supply these troops. These troops right here are going to have to hold. They're going to have to hold. All right, you work on encircling him. Our artillery is going to have to fire. We still got to turn on him. Fire up here. Alright, we need to finish these guys off. Yeah, Humphreys took a beating. Alright, you can attack him. Oh yeah, he's in trouble. We got one of them down. He will probably attack Humphreys, and then it'll move over here. So, anticipation of that. Pleasanton, get in there. Get this guy encircled here. Or at least push him back. So we're going to swing all this cavalry around here. And he's got this lone infantry brigade here. I'm not too worried about that. I feel as if Humphreys dig in, even though you're going to get attacked. I feel like we can kind of bait him into the town. And then after we eliminate this Jones unit, we've got one in retreat. Up here, we could probably get him in retreat and they'd run off the battlefield pretty quick. It might not be an encirclement deal. And this guy, we might be able to bait him down here. Or he might attack Humphreys in the rear. Yeah, our weakness here now is along the Hazel Run Creek. We've got to hold this. So our artillery up here is going to need to help out on softening him up, especially his units that are still in marching formation. Alright. That's how you do it. So you put them in the shoveling formation, and then the next turn you dig, and they'll make picket fences. And then the next turn we should be able to move out of that tile, and we can put our infantry back in there. Everybody else just rest, but don't oversupply anybody. Because I need to save what supply I have. What supply I have now, I need to save for our artillery. Because it is 8:30, and I'm not sure if that's 8:30 a.m. or p.m. on the battlefield. I would think it's a.m. because we're only about 3 turns into this.
At ease, man. At ease, man.
This guy got broken so bad. We're going to try and get him. Why is... Oh, because he has Spencer rifle and it's 2,000 men unit. So that's why it costs so much to oversupply him. We do have the superior weapons in this battle, though. Playing as the South on this battle, I have a feeling it's going to be tricky. I try to think of how I would play as the enemy player too. How would I command the opposing force in this battle? I would probably abandon the North altogether. I probably would have abandoned the North altogether. Just abandon it. Forget it. And just bring everybody to bear here and just, instead of waiting a few turns to push out, I would just push out quick. And because he already had all his artillery in play, he could have just opened up firing on our infantry and just start attacking quick with his infantry. But I don't know. This battle is taking up the whole of the map, though. I like it. A lot going on. Alright. We might do one more turn here where our artillery is firing on the enemy artillery. And the next turn, I think we're going to turn our guns' attention. See, this crappy range 5 howitzer, he can't even hit anything. There's nothing in range. So we'll just have to rest him. We'll target all of his artillery we can. And next turn, we're going to turn our guns against his infantry. Try to get as many of his guns out of position. He's can't do that anymore. That artillery's way stronger than what we got. At least with the horse artillery. So keep in mind, the horse artillery units are weak against in an artillery duel. They're not good against firing against a traditional artillery unit. This guy has got to break. Finally, we got him in retreat. So we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 of his artillery brigades in retreat. These 2 are damaged pretty bad. Four in retreat. You have no shot. Dang it. Alright, fire on him. Yeah, we absolutely own the battlefield with the big guns. He has cavalry advantage, and it's on par with infantry. It's really sketchy up here, but up here is just all of our mobile units we're working on encircling. Our weakness is this gap. This big gap here at Hazel Run Creek. We've got to get these units eliminated quickly so we can fill in this gap. Any artillery that we have here needs to fire on this open field by the Howison House and target these Confederate infantry brigades that are moving up in the fields. They're trying to get our gap right there. And turn. Our evil laugh. Nice. The attacking general fell to a lucky shot. That's because we're dug in. We are strong. I say that we're about to buckle. He's finally waking up and getting aggressive. Oh, he is doing it. The Confederacy is rushing along that railroad track to get to Fredericksburg as fast as possible. He sees the gap in our line. The computer is not as stupid as you think. So up here, where is Humphreys? Humphreys is in retreat. That's okay. That's okay. We are going to get this encircling maneuver here done. 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 Alright. These guns right here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to turn those guns. Oh yeah, we've got him damaged pretty bad right there. Alright, Doubleday's division here, not Doubleday, Pleasanton's cavalry division here is, he's just going to have to make do and get this under control up here. And eliminate these units because I'm going to have to turn any guns, available guns we have south to stop him coming up that track. Fire, fire, fire. We've got to just blow up anybody trying to come up that track. This gentleman, move him right there. He's going to cross. He's going to protect the crossing there. Okay. We're getting some nice encirclements here in the north. It's actually... Ooh, Oh, we really did a good job taking the hill here. And now it's freeing up our infantry here. We got this guy. We got this guy right where we want him. 2 infantry can attack him. He is healthy though. Yeah, we're gonna need to be. This is the last unit he has on the stone wall. Let's see if Owen and Warren can break him. If not, they'll weaken him considerably. Howard can do it. Charge. Ah, yes. That was beautiful right there. We eliminated a somewhat healthy unit of his. Okay. So that just freed up this group in the center here, west of Fredericksburg. Now we can use them, especially the sharpshooters, to finish off what forces he has here. He's got 3 infantry brigades and 2 artillery brigades north of Hazel Run. We almost have the top of the battlefield completely eliminated. These 3 infantry brigades here, Howard, Warren, and Kurith, are going to need to come down and defend the Hazel Run Creek here. Richardson is trying to hold the line, but he is getting pushed back. His brigade is bad situation right now. One more attack and they're going to break. So he's sending guys on horse back to Howard and Warren, screaming for reinforcements, screaming that Confederates are coming across Hazel Run Creek here. The rest of his troops in his army are holding. They're holding their ground. Sturgis and Nagel have solid positions here at National Cemetery and the stone wall. So this is going to be interesting here. How quickly can we eliminate his last remaining units in the north here in order to move everybody down? We do have his mode of retreat cut off here. J.F. Reynolds is now a headquarters unit. If J.F. Reynolds would get out of his command tent and take charge of infantry brigade, we'd be really on the offensive right now. Although we are doing well in the north. We just have this massive gap just south of Fredericksburg. The Confederates are trying to take that railroad. We've got all the roads blocked off. There's no way he can reach Fredericksburg via a road. But we only have a singular infantry brigade with 969 men covering the railroad tracks leading into Fredericksburg. They're right at the bridge here, covering that bridge. Okay. Okay, you change formation, and you can move up here. Move you down here. Change formation again, and next turn you dig in and make a picket fence. Oh, no, 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 no.
At ease, man.
Gotta be careful
At
on the
ease,
supply
man.
here. Resting our infantry. We don't want
At
to
ease,
spend.
man.
We can give Meade
At ease,
over
man.
supply.
At ease, man. At ease, man.
Some of them we can give them,
At ease, man.
but the really expensive guys we've got to watch out here. Yeah, we're about to turn our guns.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man.
We are about to turn our guns onto him.
At ease, man.
Wow, GB Hall has 2,300 troops with the Spencer rifles. That's expensive.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease,
So
man.
these boys right back here are just hiding behind the artillery, letting the Confederates come to us.
At ease, man. At ease, man.
Before we make a big push. We're ready to go. We really are ready to go.
At ease, man. At ease, man. At ease, man.
Our infantry is getting poised and ready. So we're going to spend this turn, we're going to take the rest of our artillery here in the south, our main artillery division, and start softening up his infantry. We've won the artillery duel. He's only got a couple of guns in play. We're not concerned about his artillery pieces. We need to start softening up his infantry for our push. So start throwing some fire. A little bit on everybody here. Give everybody a shot here. And soften them up. Pender is leading the charge in the center for the Confederacy. Pender and Jubal A. Early are leading the charge. Fire on these guys. They haven't even gotten out of marching formation yet. Yeah, Sickles is about to... He's moving up to the front here. We're about to push everybody up. He's probably going to swoop his cavalry over here. He kind of senses an opening in our line, but we'll fill that gap quickly. J.H.H. Ward Brigade is getting antsy. They cannot wait. They were given orders to wait until 9:30 to charge. But they didn't set their clocks right, and they're going to charge one turn too early. He's got a personal grudge against Thomas, and he's going to attack him. And now he's exposed, and he's going to take massive fire next turn. And then everybody else is going to have to charge next turn. So J.H.H. Ward just started the infantry involvement in the south there. He's only got one good infantry brigade north of Hazel Run. And it's this R.H. Jones. But our sharpshooters, well, one of our sharpshooters is going to come into play. And we do have, our cavalry is still healthy. Pleasanton's cavalry division is still healthy. Turn. Nice. He's given up his march up the tracks. He's trying to circumvent the railroad tracks. He realized we covered it. Oh, we're about to drop the hammer on him this turn. Whistles are blowing along the line. Everybody's fixing their bayonets, getting ready to charge along the line here. We're about to do a massive charge all along the line. Let's get the north here under wraps. You can't do anything digging. Perfect. Our boys up here are doing their duty. Getting him encircled. Rally him. Yeah, Pleasanton's going to have to attack because we don't want to give this guy a chance to rest up too much. So just give him a drive-by. Perfect. While you gentlemen continue moving up. Warren and Howard have got to get to the south here to help cover the Hazel Run Creek because Richardson just broke. Alright, move these gentlemen up one tile away from that strong cavalry brigade. Alright, you boys just need to dig in.
At ease, man. At ease, man.
Don't worry, because in the south, we're about to make a massive push.
At ease, man. At ease, man.
And artillery pieces need to fire here. Keep him away from our gap. Perfect. Okay, you have no shot. So we're going to open up with a massive artillery barrage. I'm not too concerned about his two artillery brigades up here. They're no threat to us. We have complete control north of Hazel Run here. He did get just across, so the turnpike is looking like our line in the sand there. So our artillery here, he's made a slight error here. Trimble has moved too much into the line. So we can knock Early and Douglas out of commission and encircle Trimble very quickly. So start targeting Early and Douglas there. And now the battle opens. Barney and Gurney. Charge in there, you can break them. Nice. Artillery, keep fire on Douglas now. All guns fire on Douglas's position. Oh, you can't reach. Dang it. Yeah, that artillery has no range. This infantry, get off that tile. You refuse to get off that tile. We'll have to rest them up a couple turns. Okay, we're about to open up a charge. It's 9:30 a.m. December 13th. The air is crisp and cold, and everybody's blowing their whistles to move out. It's a little premature, but I've got faith in our boys in blue that they can do it. So we're going to start getting mad aggressive now. Hood, he was really counting on Hood, but this guy just doesn't realize that our guys, we're not just attacking, we are charging down the line. We are healthy and ready to charge. Hood and Kemper are going to be taking some bad damage here from our very healthy units. Give him a regular attack. He really put his best units right on the front. So if we break him, he's in massive trouble. Oh, there's so many charges right now. We are really messing this guy up. All right, you finish off Kimball here. And Sickles is going to charge and finish off Trimble. Or not. Alright, Trimble is out of the game. Alright, Hard Stuff, Christian Brigade, he'll hold. It's going to be thin, our line. Even Meade's getting in on the charge. We are really massive charge along the front at 9:30 a.m. Alright, you will hold right there. This horse artillery, I might bring it down here. Possibly. I still got that cavalry there, so we can't open it up too much there. That's probably what we'll do with Christian here. We'll probably bring him down here. Anybody that start getting damaged too bad, we'll bring them south. So now his strength is in the center. But we really did a massive charge all along the line. So he is going to try and counter charges here. So we'll end time. Favorite thing about having a YouTube channel is the comments. I always love it when everybody sends me comments. Love, hate, it's all good. I like discussing, especially when we're playing, classics like this. It's a lot of fun, talking about these kind of games. Alright, we've got control of the north. All he has left now is 2 artillery brigades up here. And we are currently working on surrounding them as we speak. So our plan is working. Our plan is working beautifully. Wrap around. Okay, you can actually move here. Perfect. Try to recover Richardson here. Get back in the fight, Richardson. You can do it. You can do it. Alright, rest these gentlemen here. We'll close that gap and we'll eliminate those 2 artillery brigades there. All right, Howard and Warren got up here just in the nick of time. I mean, just in the nick of time. To help. Oh, we're broken a little bit. Kershaw, of all people, Kershaw just broke through our Hazel Run line. He did get wounded by a artillery shot. So we're not concerned about him. Just continue to hold here. Just continue holding. We've got that under control. All right, the north is looking beautiful. The people in Fredericksburg are resting easy a little bit right now. All right, we've got to get a shot. That infantry brigade is in a bad spot because we cannot target him with our artillery. Let's pull this Andrews back a little bit, see if he takes the bait. Otherwise, you gentlemen, fire on the edge there. Wow, he has got some strong infantry units in the center, without a doubt. All right, Couch.
No, sir.
J.J. Archer's coming out to play. D.H. Hill. Alright, we need to knock this guy. We need to get this guy a little bit softened up here. Perfect. Charge in there. Oh, we're starting to make some progress here. Okay, he got pushed back. Pull up reserves. Charge those battery. Oh, we're doing a bit of a cutting in two here. Fire in that cornfield. Fire, fire, fire. Charge.
No, sir.
Attack. Nice. Keep pushing. Just keep pushing the pressure. We're seeing some success on our 9:30 a.m. charge here. All right, you get out of there. We'll just keep him right there.
At ease, man.
We're getting a lot of supply now. His cavalry, he's starting to wake his cavalry up a little bit. Too little, too late. Because we are on the move here. Sickles is about to push him into the woods. All right, this unit. Oh, Meade and Sickles are starting to do some damage here. Take Pender's position. As soon as the Confederacy came out of the woods, we just opened up a volley of artillery fire. And then we charged their position. Bad. Alright. These boys, I'm having to keep them back because of his cavalry. I don't want his cavalry to come up in here and start messing up with our artillery. So all along the line, we're really starting to do massive damage. We're really punishing the Confederacy right now. His last hope is in the center of the battlefield here, which would be J.J. Archer's division. J.J. Archer and Kemper and Hood are his last hope in the center. They're trying to rally the Confederacy here. They realize they've got routed in the north, and Sickles and Meade are pushing them hard in the south, and they don't want to get in traps, so they're going to try and push out as fast as they can. This is a big battle, this Fredericksburg. Yeah, having his artillery in the woods here is not going to help him. He does have good height there, but turn. Wow, we really opened up the charge at 9:30 a.m. right there. So it might not be so much encirclements as it might just be a solid pushing back. He's starting to pull back a little bit. I can see on the mini-map he's starting to pull back a little bit. Okay, his poor artillery brigades are now encircled. Receiving heavy sharpshooter fire. And now the Pleasanton and his cavalry are going to charge this final artillery battery position for the Confederacy. Next turn, he's done for. So leave our headquarters there to block. All remaining cavalry head to the south. Any available infantry brigades start heading to the south as well. Yeah, Richardson is beat up bad. Richardson and Humphreys took massive damage in the north, but we were successful. He only has a singular unit, which will be dead next turn. Alright, along our gap here. Got to get that guy out of commission. Alright, move Poe up. No, wait. Just rest.
At ease, man.
You're in no condition to fight right now. Alright, Warren and Howard are on the offensive. They're trying to push them back. Towards the creek. Oh, we are healthy right here. We're about to start rolling them up right here. Push him out of there. Nice. Perfect. We filled the gaps. We do have a slight gap up here. Okay, artillery. Fire on that unit in the creek. He took the bait. He took the bait, trying to chase Andrews down. And Andrews is going to punish him now for his insolence. Any units he has that kind of gets damaged and gets behind our lines, our cavalry and sharpshooters in the north here will come down and encircle them too. So we're starting to kind of roll him up. He tried to make a last-ditch effort to push across Hazel Run Creek south of Fredericksburg, and it failed. It failed miserably. Alright, we need to take that tile there. Oh, you have no shot. Your short-range artillery piece needs to move up to the front. Perfect, okay.
No, sir.
Okay, Couch, we're counting on you again. Charge! Ah, you didn't take the position. That's okay. You did enough damage for Devens here. For Devens to finish the job. Oh, he's pretty healthy right here. We do have better rifles, but he has the advantage of the railroad. Yeah, we've got guys here that are just eager to fight, running up to the front, trying to get in on the action here. The momentum is in our favor. The momentum is decidedly in our favor. Okay, you make a picket fence right there. And I'll probably have you dig in too. It's going to be tricky to encircle these gentlemen. I really think I just want to put everybody in mass retreat here. As far as where they retreat, I think they would retreat here towards the Goodwin House and Telegraph Road, far in the west. So if we just keep up our aggression and don't worry about any bystander units that try to flank us, just keep up the aggression. We'll keep these pull him up on the front. Alright, Meade, see if you can take that battery. I doubt you can. Almost. Alright, pull him up here. We need to get him up in the action. The remainder of these troops will be kept in reserve, protecting our flank against any cavalry attack. We could bring them to bear. His morale is starting to go down a little bit on his cavalry. Even though he hasn't used them, 78, 71, 76, 71, they're starting to go down a little bit because overall we're whipping him up so bad that it's dragging down his morale for units that aren't even in any engagement. So this infantry here, we might start slowly creeping them out of the woods and beating up on his cavalry here next turn. Alright, we need to... He's all weak along the front here, so there's no worry there. Fire on that cavalry. Start targeting his cavalry. That's a good idea. Okay, you're out of bullets. And you gentlemen, fire on anybody that is decent condition, like D.H. Hill. Fire on D.H. Hill's position. Fire, fire, fire. Fire. Perfect. This infantry will pull. We'll keep them right there in reserve. Yeah, Sickles is in the rear of this main body charge, and he's just screaming at the top of his lungs to push forward, but nobody can hear him through his giant mustache that is in the way, and all of his screams are getting muffled. He sounds like he's drowning with that giant mustache. Regardless, the well-trained professional soldiers here of Hancock's division, they know what to do, and they ignore Sickles' muffling coming from his whiskers. I'm sure that's exactly the reason you watch my channel, is so you can hear ridiculous content like that. Okay, J.A.H. Ward, charge. No mercy. Get in the woods. Sickles is pushing up. Oh, we're just rolling up Pender's center here. He is in massive trouble right now. Okay, Whiting, I need one more charge out of you. Perfect. Okay, you cannot reach anybody. However, you can. Charge A.P. Hill. A.P. Hill and D.H. Hill. They were... They really thought they had the upper hand this battle. Wow, we have really... What a massive, bloody affair we just inflicted on the Confederacy. They just took massive casualties in the South. We have broken the main body of their army. Their last hope is over here by the Howison House. They're making some headway. They're doing damage and they're making progress, but he doesn't realize at a moment's notice we can roll our army north and eliminate him. And he better hurry up, because we could have reinforcements coming from the north. Turn. My goodness. Very little offensive action he's taking. If you notice that, he only attacked with a few units. That means he is in bad shape. He is in bad shape. And all of our units in the north now are about to be freed up. Eliminated. Alright, zoom out. Everyone in the north, move south. The cavalry is victorious in the north. Our cavalry and sharpshooters are victorious in the north. Rest Richardson.
At ease, man.
And they are about to fill in the gap here south of Fredericksburg, while everyone else continues to just slowly trudge their way, pushing the enemy south. Alright, you... Fire. Fire on any Confederate unit that is decent condition. Who needs to be targeted at the moment. He better hope we don't turn our guns on his guns. He would be in big trouble if we did that, because we have the upper hand with our artillery at the moment. We've already won the artillery duel. He doesn't have a prayer to try and win it now. Ooh. We're rolling them up now. We're starting to push them back across Hazel Run Creek here. He's getting in trouble. Alright, Burns, you're going to need to charge that sharpshooter. Get him out of there. Everyone else just regular attack. Conserve your ammunition. If we've got them in retreat, We've got him in retreat. We don't have to expend our ammunition doing constant charges. Our goal is just to get him in retreat. And now we can fill in the gap here. Yeah, our units in the north are on the move. We are victorious in the north. We've got reinforcements coming down. We've got a solid line here. He's only got one unit behind our enemy lines, and it's badly damaged. So our fast units here, our cavalry and headquarters will, cut him down. While our solid blue line here just continues to push. Push, push, push. All along the line. Especially who is healthy. Yeah, he's really, this Paxton Brigade is trying to stave off the inevitable. He's done good. But it's too little, too late. Yeah, we might need to start targeting his artillery now. Bring that artillery all the way up. Alright, Pratt. Charge in there. Oh, just a punishing we are giving the Confederates right now. We have really owned the battlefield here. We almost could cut him in two. It's getting bloody now. It's getting to be an absolute rout now. He is in massive trouble right now. Everybody is running away for their life. They will all be running to this telegraph road. Okay, we're going to need to start bringing these guys out. Let him think there's a gap here. I dare him. I dare the Confederacy to take his cavalry here and charge it up the center here. They will get blasted by our artillery so bad. I'm really hoping we can put them in retreat and push them back. Meade is in the woods. It's official. Meade and Sickles are in the woods. Matter of fact, Sickles realizes there's a gap in the line, and he's going to pull down here just to make sure that the Confederacy doesn't try anything funny. Oh yeah, we're putting the poor Confederacy in massive retreat now. This is the absolute opposite of what happened in real life. We are defying the history books by having a glorious victory here at Fredericksburg. Yeah, even his healthy units in the rear are just so low morale now. They're just capitulating across the map. Okay, our artillery. Finally, I got that infantry off that tile. Okay, artillery. Anybody that can fire on any cavalry, do so. Perfect. This is, sorry for the evil laugh, but this is gorgeous. What a beautiful play by the Union. Form up, dig in, rest up, rest up, rest up. Let the Confederacy come out the woods, blast them with artillery fire, and just give them a couple rounds of charges. And now we're just doing regular attacks. And we're just going to push them back. Push them back and off the map. And I think it's only turn 11 out of 26 too. You know, this is usually the point you reach about 3/4 of the way into, it is 11 out of 26. 3/4 of the way into the battle. We might have an absolute sweep here. Maybe not so much of eliminating the enemy, but definitely him retreating across the board here.
At ease, man.
Yeah, now he's in trouble because our cavalry is starting to move up after their beautiful victory in the south. Pleasanton's division won the day in the north. We can... Don't let that guy recover. Don't let him recover. Don't give that guy a chance. Hood is trying to rally his men. And he's getting under heavy artillery fire right now. Fire. Yeah, this wasn't an encirclement battle, but it was most definitely a put them all in retreat and they all run away off the battlefield, which is just as good. It's difficult to do a complete encirclement on this game. There's generally not enough turns to make it happen. Yeah, Warren and Howard are really on the offensive here. He actually held that position. Break him. Break his spirit. I say that, but his poor spirit's already broken. He already knows the Confederacy is a lost cause now. They're starting to realize that it wasn't going to be as easy as they thought it was. They didn't prepare themselves for a total war situation, which is the only way you can win wars back in the day, is you'd have to be completely committed, 100% man, woman, and child. No leisureness about it. You had to have kids making bullets. That's how you win wars. You can't win a war when you got a population of 300 million and only 1 million is actually participating in the war. It has to be complete dedication. Hard to get that in modern day times because people are not as easily, they're not as easily convinced on any particular cause. They've been lied to so much that they have a hard time going all in with one particular cause or the other. Yeah, our artillery is starting to become just not even needed. Yeah, at this point we've just got them on mass retreat, and we're just working on Keeping the morale down so low that they just run off the battlefield and we easily just chase any unit down. Yeah, moving through the woods is gonna... It takes a lot of move points. Okay. So these artilleries can actually still fire on some of the enemy here. Yeah, our artillery is starting to become out of play here because they cannot target anything. We've pushed him out of range of our guns. Some of our guns can still target his cavalry, though.
No, sir.
I'm shocked that cavalry brigade, J.H. Drake, has not turned tail yet. We've been hitting him pretty heavy with artillery fire this battle. Okay, let's move this artillery brigade up. Perfect. Okay, you change formation. The engineers will just be a blocking maneuver. Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah, we've got those poor cavalry out of commission now. Everything is looking beautiful along the front. I foresee no offensive action taken on his part when it's his turn. He will entirely be retreating. I will be shocked if he even attacks us once. I don't think he has anything on the battlefield that is ready to fight. Unless he gives us a last... Yeah, he didn't attack with anything. Okay, so we gotta get this... I think I'm gonna leave the infantry in the north alone. There's nothing they can do. They're too far away to get up. So just leave all the infantry in the north here alone. They've done their duty. Richardson and Humphrey's divisions did their duty. They took Mays Heights National Cemetery and eliminated all forces north of Hazel Run. Our cavalry here is just going to chase down any units that got behind our lines. And I'm zoomed out here because our artillery is just going to fire. Just keep up the fire. Put them mass hysteria and panic. He's so broken. Completely owned the battlefield. It's pretty convenient to be zoomed out when you're doing the artillery barrage. Especially when you have the long-range artillery cannons like we do. That cavalry brigade refuses to break. We have been targeting it to death. Yeah, this artillery, we can move him up. Same with you, there's nothing you can do. Oh, can you actually get to that bottom tile? Oh, you can. Okay. So we're starting to... Perfect. Yeah. Nice. That was nice maneuvering for us to be able to, fill this gap down here. We've got his cavalry on the run. We're going to start pushing everybody west. My goodness. Okay. Can you hit anything? No. That is why I like to have them deployed on the road.
At ease, man.
Probably shouldn't even bother with the artillery, to be honest. So we're just going to keep cohesion here. Keep cohesion while our... Like these units here, just not going to move them because I want to maintain the solidness of our line, so to speak. These units here could actually almost... If I had more division or more brigades here, I could almost get a bit of a division here. Because we've got them divided, but it's not enough to... We don't have enough to encircle, if that makes sense. Which might be beneficial for us to bring our... That might be why we move our artillery. Because it would be extra bodies. We'll just move our artillery up on this road here. Nah, that'd take too long. Forget about that idea. Keep doing what you're doing. Our artillery is just having target practice now. That's all they're doing. They're just having target practice. Wait. Okay, you're pretty damaged. So you can't do anything. It took a lot out of us to do what we did. We did some serious charging in this battle. But it's paying off tremendously. Because there's no recovering. All along the line, he's just routed. We'll have a slight gap here, but we want to keep them running for their life. Perfect. And we'll have this singular Confederacy brigade encircled next turn. Yeah, leave those infantry up there. Turn. Wow. We had a major victory at Antietam. And another major victory here at Fredericksburg. Okay, now how can we encircle this enemy here? Just about. He's he's running, trying to get out of the encirclement. Oh, now we're starting to come out the woods on his side. Oh, this is just so beautiful. See, that just freed up these two headquarter units to swoop around hunting for any stragglers. I did not mean to give you oversupply. There's really no need. Look at our supply, 156,000. Oh, wow. That is crazy. That really is crazy for this game. This battle, I guess they just have a lot of supply, the enemy. Yeah, some of our units are still very good condition. They only did one, maybe two engagements at most. Oh yeah, he's already had so many units retreat off the battlefield. It's just disgusting. Uh-oh, we lost a little bit of cohesion here. Undo that maneuver. Come here. Perfect. I don't want to lose. Don't want to lose cohesion here. Give him a charge. See, that poor unit there, he was healthy across the board, but his morale was at 50. Just because of the onslaught that has been going on in this battle. The bloody massacre that has been Fredericksburg here for the Confederacy. Oh, where you really got him in bad shape here. Bad shape. We've even got some units that can do some attacking here. Oh boy. Alright, pull that engineer back. Yeah, our artillery is just out of range of everything. Just put you guys up along the road. There's nothing you can do. Even you, I tried to move this one up to get it in range, but he has such a short cannon. They really did give us good placement on this battle as far as where our artillery was placed to start the battle off. We really only had to move a couple of artillery pieces around to the way we wanted. We'll give everybody half supply. I'm not going to spend everything. My goodness, just a solid blue line pushing west. It's only turn 14 out of 26. We can complete this encirclement. I wonder if the sharpshooters can finish this guy off. No, but the cavalry can. Right. Oh, the cavalry's coming along down the road. That's beautiful. They're just being used for chase down and fillers right now. Nothing really important. Yeah, Pleasanton looks like he's smiling because he's so happy that he won the battle north of Fredericksburg. And the Union Army is just absolutely routing the enemy now. He's already had so many units retreat off the edge of the map. What an absolute massacre. Wow, we played that so well. Really played that well. The reason we played so well that battle is because some of you might not know, we have a chief strategist officer. Heyman is our chief strategist in this game, and he has helped us absolutely plow through this game, giving us tactics from way back in the day. Alright. And I'm still thinking about what we're going to be doing for our midday lives when we complete this Civil War campaign here. Okay, let's continue pushing south here. Just a solid blue line. He had one artillery piece he was trying to recover there. Oh man, we absolutely owned him. This is bad. I mean, this is just bad. How bad we owned him. Yeah, he's running along that telegraph road there. These poor guys are trying to make it up there, but they might get cut off. Our cavalry, honestly, might cut them off over here by the Bowman house. Can't really move too many across the line. Just don't want to lose cohesion here. Yeah, get them sharpshooters out of there. Sharpshooters recover very quickly. These infantry are terrible condition. Turn. I've got it zoomed out because it's just so easy at this point. I mean, the battle is over. We've absolutely routed. They are all in mass retreat. At this point, we're just finishing off any unit that just refuses to leave the battlefield. Yeah, see right here, we could actually get them a bit of an encirclement here, because yeah, we could actually have a bit of an encirclement right there for him. And that actually frees up these tiles here. That makes sense. Oh, we do have a bit of a gap there. We'll cut these headquarter units across the woods. Yeah, the cavalry's making it up there too. My goodness, what an absolute rout. I really was not expecting that to go that good. Although we did get I think we did get the version of the battle where we were heavily favored. Because the better you do on the previous engagement, you know, the easier the next engagement is sometimes. That's why you get those alternate... Oh, he's gone. Goodbye. And that cavalry will be gone next turn too. He's pinned. So many clickings in this battle. You can just hear my mouse just click, 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 because it's just quick. There's no thinking. When we got to this point now, there's no thinking. It's just everybody just move forward. I'm just shocked at how well we absolutely smashed them this battle. I mean, what a violation. And we're just holding cohesion here. Maintaining our solid blue line. And just rushing forward as much as we can without forming any gaps for him to retreat behind us. There is a bit of a gap here, which was my mistake, but he'll probably retreat in that direction. Wow. Turn. Oh, boy. I've got a feeling it's going to be nighttime, too. I think I heard the sound effect of it almost being nighttime in the game. Alright, go ahead and eliminate him. And we can complete this encirclement here. And now he's out of tiles. Yeah, next turn all those units will be eliminated. Well, that frees up all of these gentlemen here. Put our mini-map on the right for a minute now. So those two are trapped now. Yeah, all of the Union soldiers now are so tired of all this running. Our organization is way down because we have just been running across the battlefield. We've captured every flag too. The victory points are out of control. They've got to be. Our cavalry actually, they won't be very effective, I don't think, because they've done so much running, but we're still moving them out regardless. You never know. Just this. The hammer idea really did work. The only part that I started getting squirrely on was there was a part early in the battle, like maybe turn 4 or 5, where we just finished setting up our line. We had set our line up right here. About right here we had set up our line. Just east of the railroad. And there was a point about 4 or 5 turns in where we had a big gap right here. And he started rushing all his units up this railroad. And it made me think, oh boy, the computer really is about to punish me right here, because it was kind of sketchy fighting in the north. We barely won that battle in the north. The south, we won it hands down. I mean, there was no contest. All of our strength was in the south of the battlefield. But in the north, it was like, we were like just barely winning, And I thought he was going to rush everything up there and just ruin our idea, but it worked out perfectly. So, keep moving, everybody. His poor cavalry is just ruined. Yeah, pushing him through the woods is a slow go. In the woods, it really is just tile by tile. But he won't be able, there's no recovering for any of his units. And we're right on his butt. So eventually, we kind of close the gap here. And this is a good thing we brought our cavalry, because our cavalry can make it over here. We've actually taken the Bowman House. Our cavalry can make it over here west of the Bowman House and just do this complete encirclement that we're working on. Ah, the poor Confederacy. My goodness. How are they still even fighting? We have completely annihilated multiple of their armies over some of these battles. Malvern Hill, absolute annihilation. Antietam, absolute annihilation. And he just keeps coming back for more. Gone. Pickett is out. Okay. We have got this gap filled here with our cavalry. Yeah, sharpshooters. Sharpshooters are not good for, they're really good, but they're not good for this type of situation. Because they don't really force troops to surrender so much, as far as I can remember. Hopefully worked out pretty good on the timing, us starting early today. We started early today. We started right at 10 today. Usually it's like 10:30, 11. And it's already, it went all the way to 12:30. So 2.5 hours to do this Battle of Fredericksburg. We did do a little bit of army upgrades at the beginning. But what an absolute violation for the Confederacy. We just completely enveloped them. My goodness. And it's just a mopping up now. The weapon cost capture from this game is going to be out of control. And majority of our units all have good rifles as it is. Okay, so our cavalry is coming into play. Being able to cut them off. And hurry up and eliminate the last of their units here. What a rout. It's been so bad, majority of our units are running out of bullets. I can see the ammunition. They all have like 1 shot, 2 shot left. It's bad. We'll have to spend a turn, just like him, he's out of bullets. We'll have to spend a turn just giving them some ammo. What a turkey shoot. There's so many that are running out of ammo. That's so funny. These guys, we can actually put these guys in marching formation. I might make them a little bit quicker here. Yeah, that'll be enough to cut off their retreat. Where did Pleasanton's There he is, right there, yeah. Wow, what an absolute... That was horrible for the enemy. Horrible. Yeah, you know it's bad when you push them all the way to the corner of the map and you start running out of ammunition. That means you've really been winning so bad. Yeah, this is good because this is tightening it up. You still have a bullet. Well, if you got a bullet, fire. Oh, he actually recovered this artillery here. That's kind of funny. And I think you can actually attack when they're in marching formation. But I think you're just a lot weaker when you do that. Because I think I encountered that last battle or the battle before. And it kind of shocked me. I was like, really? You can attack? You can actually attack an enemy while you're in marching formation? Not that you would want to, but... Oh boy. This Pendleton, Georgia battery just refuses to give up. That's funny. Oh, it's just so sad. It's almost over. I'm not gonna lie though, that was a good midday live stream. We really did some damage today. I mean, he had a lot of units retreat off the map, but we eliminated a lot. That was sad news. We'll definitely save this last unit of the Confederacy here. This W.N. Pendleton, Sumter, Georgia Battery Brigade here with the Whitworth. I think that was the one that we beat up early on in the battle. We won the artillery duel with him. I think he was up here. And we put him into retreat, and then he probably retreated into the woods, and he was able to recover. But now the battle's already over. We've completely won. Hancock is going to seal the deal with his Spencer rifle. Battle of Fredericksburg. In the books. Complete sweep for the Union Army. My goodness. Major victory for the Union player. Absolute annihilation. You can tell the troop size are getting bigger now because, you know, it's a lot more men and units that are getting killed and wounded. A lot of our leaders got wounded in that, and one of our leaders got killed, but that's because we were doing a ridiculous amount of charges. 9:30 a.m. December 13th, we just charged. One guy charged too early at 9 o'clock and suffered the price for it, but the whole line charged at 9:30. That was a crazy battle. Okay, Wheaton died. I don't recognize any of the names. Alright, let's go through our equipment here. Upgrading any cannons. We have been upgrading our cannons like crazy in this war. And majority are all Parrott rifles now. Yeah, the cavalry really did good. The cavalry absolutely rocked that battle. Not to dismiss all of our infantry charges, we could probably get the majority of everybody up to the Springfield rifle, which would actually be amazing. We've still got 8 available. Yeah, money's not an option when you completely eliminate the enemy on those large battles, because you just get a ridiculous amount of weapon cost captured. Okay, so now anybody else, we can give them the infield. Everybody should have at least this infield rifle musket here, at the bare minimum. And we'll probably go ahead and, if not we'll get started on the next battle here. I'm not upgrading to these because I don't like their charge factors. And see, it paid off too having good charge rifles, because we had to do some serious charging on that Battle of Fredericksburg. Serious charging. We just don't want anybody to have anything less than the infield rifle musket at this point. That is our baseline. And when you play as the Confederacy, it's like all different weapons too that are available to you. So a lot of our forces traded in the 1855 for the infield rifle musket. And we'll definitely have to save so we don't have to redo the weapon cost upgrade again there. Absolute victory today at the Battle of Fredericksburg. You know, even last night, we had a good stream last night. A lot of interruptions in the Game Time Night household, but we had a lot of we made some good progress on that Dark Souls 3 game we were playing. Battle of Chancellorsville, alternate version 5. This version of Chancellorsville assumes that the Union withdraws to their winter camps. Hooker continues to move toward Fredericksburg to link up with Sedgwick. Lee makes an uncharacteristic and crucial mistake in not reacting to the movement and soon finds himself vastly outnumbered. The action at Chancellorsville never occurs, and the forces involved instead meet at Fredericksburg. The Union should be able to crush the rebels when Hooker arrives and launch a massive assault. The rebels should remain where they are to conserve their strength and defend against the Union assaults. The Union's defeat at Fredericksburg. Excuse me, we just had a major victory at Fredericksburg. We denied the history books, but it's okay, we'll go with the history here. The Union's defeat at Fredericksburg resulted in another new commander for the Army of the Potomac. There's a lot of dialogue. Fighting Joe Hooker was the only man who seemed to want the job. After meticulously rebuilding the army, Hooker decided to avenge the Union's loss at Fredericksburg by leaving a detachment to pin Lee to his present positions, while marching his main force around to envelop the enemy's west. It might have worked had Lee cooperated. Instead, the Southern general left a garrison at Fredericksburg and moved his main army to meet Hooker at a crossroads called Chancellorsville. Chancellorsville was Lee's masterpiece and one of the greatest tactical achievements in military history. It was, however, a Pyrrhic triumph. Stonewall Jackson had ridden out on a reconnaissance mission during the night and sustained a mortal wound. Oh, hey man, my man. How you doing, brother? I see we are buying cheaper. Smart move, I think. Right. We really have got amazing weapons for our army now. It's out of control. The worst weapon most of my troops have is the Enfield rifle right now. His last delirious words as he died days later from pneumonia were, "Let us cross over the river and rest under the shade of the trees." So this Battle of Chancellorsville, it actually apparently is a Union defeat. But the battle we just did today, the Battle of Fredericksburg, was supposed to be a Union defeat, and we ended up completely routing 100% of his army off the field. What a push we made. A 34-turn battle. Okay. So this is what we're going to be coming to tomorrow. We have a lot smaller force than we did at Fredericksburg. So Fredericksburg, the battle we just did, we absolutely annihilated his entire army. And somehow, magically, the next battle, they are all back here at it again. And the South is positioned about the same way they were before. They do have less in the South and a lot more in the North here. The previous battle we had, they didn't have much up here and we were able to conquer the North. So it looks like on this battle we're going to be heavy on the defensive. So this is definitely going to be something to come back to. We do get a lot of reinforcements though. Wow, we get a lot of reinforcements. So that's what we're going to be coming into tomorrow. We're going to be coming into the Battle of Chancellorsville, playing as the Union. It is going to be a very interesting battle. And I think I've already kind of got an idea of our strategy on this battle, being that all of our reinforcements are coming from the west. As always, hey man, I appreciate you coming in today. You're the man. I'm sorry you're just popping in at the end. We started a little bit earlier today, and we went for about 2.5 hours. We did the entire Battle of Fredericksburg. And when we return tomorrow, probably around 10:30 or so, 11 Central, we will continue on this Battle of Chancellorsville. My goodness, this game has been rocking it. Until then, my friends, peace.